Okay, so this evening and tomorrow's call is all about you and where to go from here. And so I'm going to bring up some slides to remind me what I've got to talk about, because there's a bit to talk about, really. So what I would like to know, though, first off, is results that you've had either for this last 30 days or from this 30 days and the previous 30-day challenge we had. So if you would like to just pop it in the chat box. And so we have, oh, we got a few of you here. I'm actually pleasantly surprised because I know it's been a long weekend and it's a very beautiful evening too. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It's great to see you here. So this is our Monday call if you're watching the recording. And thank you for watching the recording. If you're here in person, thank you for joining us. It's absolutely fantastic. We've had such great attendance. And so thank you. So that means to me that you're totally engaged in what you're doing. And so that's really cool. So, okay. Monique, are we doing the frequencies? Funnily enough, we've just been discussing that. No, we're not today, because we've actually wrapped up the 30 days over the weekend, so we're not going to be doing the frequencies today. So because yeah, all sorts of stuff going on. Anyway, so in 30 days, lost 1.4 kilos and a couple of centimeters off my hips, feel head clearer and more energized. Obviously, I'm a slow loser. There's no slow or fast about it. It's all about doing what's right for you. And I loved your post. I just read it. I know you posted it on Saturday, but oh my gosh, it's stunning. And anyone who hasn't seen Nari's post that she put into the group, please go and read that. It was inspiring. It was about talking to your digestion. Just stunning. Anyone else see that? It's inspiring.
Yeah.
So thank you, thank you, thank you. That was so cool. So cool.
Pretty
Right.
much.
Julianne. Hi, everyone. I've lost 7.5 kilos, feeling pretty good. I bet you are. That's awesome. Awesomely awesome. Sue. Released 16 kgs since September. Reduced pain, improved sleep. Magic. Magic right there. That's phenomenal, Sue. Congratulations. Shelley. Since I started last year, I've dropped 7 kilos. Wow, Shelley, that's so good. That is so cool, because I wouldn't have thought you had 7 kgs to drop,
Oh,
to be
yeah.
honest. And enjoying exercises. That's so cool. That's great. Hello. Anyone else?
Ah,
Anyone else want to share?
I think we got some feedback happening from somebody's microphone.
Oh, okay.
This is my first day. My drops arrived today. And so
Oh,
I'm just starting.
okay, cool, Karen. Okay. So, Michelle, not much weight removed, about 1.5 kgs release, but that wasn't my goal this time around. I've loved balancing the terrain over the last 30 days. Also, I think my body is saying it's had enough, as I've been very hungry over the last few days. Right, okay, if you're really hungry, add more fat in. The fat will satiate you, so do that. And so, yeah, when you get hungry, guys, add more fat in. Just add more fat. Try not to eat more often. Just keep your meals at 2 meals a day if you can, and keep it sort of so it's as simple as you possibly can still. So we still want simplicity being the key. Okay, so
Oh,
Jenny, these 30 days have been very in flow and out of routine with the grandchildren who live with me on school holidays. Oh yeah, when we like to be very flexible, visitors and time away. I found consistency difficult other than drops. I've halted the weight increase and released a couple of, yeah, you did it.
So
I've got a little smiley face over that, so I can't see what that was. I think that's kgs.
it is kgs.
Yeah. So as this is my first week back in routine, I'm thinking I'll start tomorrow with all the other goodies such as diatomaceous earth and more on eating plan, clove oil, and do a month of now. Perfect. Perfectly perfect. You know, the release sort of experiences, the 30 days are all about just to help you keep on track if you need it. And we're going to be here anyway. So, you know, we're I'm going to share with you what we're up to. It's going to be fun. So, okay. So I will just share my screen. If you've got any more to say, then just keep putting it in the chat and I'll catch up with it in a
Do you know
minute.
what? I'm just going to say while you're doing that, Karen, my big win is my thighs are the same size. I had no idea. I never measured them and they were different sizes. And I've measured through our 30 days and they were different. And now they are the same, but they're also
Oh,
10 centimeters smaller. I'm super chuffed.
no, I've got the completely wrong chart thing up there. So bear with me. Carry on chatting,
That's
please.
right. I'm talking about my skinny thighs.
Yeah, your skinny thighs. That's fantastic.
Bye.
I love Karen's diary. If you guys have seen it, like she's got her book, but there's a diary and I'm quite visual. So there's pages where there's a picture of a woman and you fill out your measurements. There's also a graph, and I like a graph.
Mm.
I'd never have measured my thighs if it wasn't for that. I've never have. In all the years that I've known Karen, I've never done that. And I'm blown away. So the other weekend, instead of my 17-year-old stealing my clothes, which she's still stealing my clothes, but I ended up wearing, I put on my denim cutoffs and they had like this belly on them that had, and I'm like, there's no belly here, Angelique. I need new cutoffs. She's like, borrow mine. So I put on her denim cutoffs. I fit my daughter's clothes.
That is so
Yeah.
cool. And I'm going to slightly share in that
I'm
same kind
so
of
chuffed.
thrill because my daughter gave me a pair of, she's 14, and she was given a pair of jeans that I thought looked great on her. And I said, oh, one day I'll fit those. And the following week she came to me and she said, actually, Mum, can you try these on? And I even did the whole pulling in my stomach to get the buttons up, and I didn't have to. And they actually fit. So it's so exciting.
It's so
Thank
cool.
you, Karen. I love that we're now able to take clothes off our
Yeah,
daughters instead of them taking clothes off us.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so good. So good. Okay. So this evening, we're just wrapping up the 30 days, but really this is not the end. You've opened the door now. You're doing changes, and some of you have been doing changes for a while now, and some of you are just joining us. But now you get to choose how far you walk through that door. And so I would just going to give you some options. So pause and acknowledge how far you've come. Small shifts create big changes. Do not underestimate what your body has already begun to do. There's huge amount of work that's been going on behind the scenes. So although some of you have appeared to only have dropped 1.5 kilos, but that is 3 packs of butter. 3 packs of butter, I hasten to add. So consequently, doing that work and removing parasites and doing all of this and shifting everything, it's a really, really important component of patting yourself on the back and saying, I did this, I've done this. And even if you have had the occasional cheat, it has, I know for most of you, only been the occasional cheat. So consequently, you've stuck to it. And often when you have gone off it, there's been a very good reason. So a very good reason could be extreme stress. It could be things happening in your life. And so consequently, don't underestimate what you've achieved. You've started a really amazing habit, a habitual way of being. And so consequently, I would definitely say to you is enjoy this process. Enjoy what you've achieved so far. And now you have to decide where forward. Where would you like to go? So there's no right way forward. And so this next step should match your body, your lifestyle, your readiness, and your goals. We are here to support you in every way, shape, or form, no matter whether you decide to join us in the next steps or whether you decide, right, I'm going to take a breathing and I might just get some drops or whatever. We're here. We're here to support you. And as I say, we now have, there's 4 of us. Well, there's 5, but I don't include myself, 5 guides to help you along the way. And they all have their amazing gifts. And we will be doing a video of everyone when I can get everyone together and to share what they do. And then you can approach one or more of them if you want to trial their geniuses, because they really are. They've got amazing, amazing gifts, just like everyone. But these beautiful souls like Julia and Sarah, who are on this call today, they have amazing gifts of helping people in their own way. And I really encourage you to take them up on their, not their gifts, not their gift to you, but their time with you. Because it's not a gift that it is a payment plan or a payment, but it's definitely going to be worth it. So if you choose to just have a chat with someone and you need some help along the way, then we've got our guides to help you. So your option is stay on the low inflammatory food list. Why? Because consistency builds metabolic safety. And for this just helps with weight regulation. And as you know, it helps with weight regulation. But if you're regulating your weight, then your health is going to be optimum. If you know that you're doing low inflammatory foods, the work going on underneath the scenes in your body is going to be extraordinary. There is only going to be good come out of it. And so that's what you can start, keep doing the low inflammatory. And if you wanted, you can gently step towards carnivore if you feel ready. This is what my book, Carnivore to Carnivore, is all about. And so carnivore can stabilize your blood sugars even more, can quiet any cravings that could still be going on in the background, and also gives the gut the best opportunity to heal itself. And also, you've heard me talk about in fat adaptation as opposed to ketosis. It helps you enhance that fat adaptation and helps you get there quicker. But don't go, right, I'm going carnivore, da-da, I'm going carnivore. Step towards it. And by stepping towards it, we've got a course that we're going to be offering with that. But first, I'm going to be sharing. I'd like Sarah actually to jump in with me here, because Sarah is going to be offering a 3-day mono fast next week. So, Sarah, would you like to just jump on and tell everyone how it's going to work?
Absolutely, sure. So, one of the beautiful things that Karen introduced me to is the monofast, and I was really, really resistant to start with, I'll be honest, but it's been the biggest shift in my healing and weight release journey. And also, I actually recommend doing it on a regular basis because it just allows your body rest, because it's not having to deal with lots of different flavors and different things on your plate in one sitting. So next week, because our lovely Karen is going to be away enjoying her birthday, I am going to run a 3-day mono fast, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So you've got all of this week to get ready and to decide if you want to join me. We're going to have one call on Monday night to just answer any questions and get ready to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I'll be available sporadically throughout those 3 days to answer questions as well. But I feel like we should actually be able to get nicely lined up before then. So if it is something you're curious about, what we really do is choose one protein. You can do one per day, or you can do the same protein for the whole 3 days. So me personally, I'm just going to eat beef for 3 days in different various ways and prepared differently. You could do sardines, you could do tuna, you could do chicken, eggs. But if you're feeling kind of like you need more variety than that, you could do beef on Tuesday, tuna on Wednesday, chicken on Thursday. So yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell without taking up too much of Karen's presentation.
Oh.
Um,
No, it's fine.
Yep.
I'll just share with you that we did I think the last one we did was a 5-day monofast, wasn't it? Was that the last one?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we did a 5-day monofast, and I spouted, right, I'm going to do sardines for 5 days. And because the reason is the sardines are so good because they are so low inflammatory. It's unbelievable. They're high in omega-3, so really great for the brain and the skin and everything else. So I thought, right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 5 days. And they tasted delicious the first 2 days. But after that, by day 5, I was literally going to throw all of the tins of sardines I had in my cupboard away because literally I have eaten them since, but I only started eating them about a year later. So consequently, I would say to you is yes, choose beef or something that you know you're going to be able to eat for at least for 2 days if you can, 3 days. But if you do get sick of it, don't make yourself so sick of that food that you're never going to eat it again, because I think it's a really important component of this. And like Sarah says, it's so beneficial doing the
Yeah.
mono fast, and you do feel really good after. It's such a simple thing.
Mm.
And so yeah, the reason for protein, oh, you can have fat with it as well, which I think Sarah didn't
I,
share. You can have
I
butter
didn't, yes,
and you can have tallow.
and butter
Um,
tastes great with everything.
yeah. So it's a mono protein fast, but it's you can have fat. And the reason we do mono fasts as opposed to water fasts is, for most people, it's so much easier to get their head round. And the benefits are almost the same. You don't get the same amount of autophagy, which is where the sort of like real deep healing happens when you do a water fast. But you do get autophagy. You go into autophagy, but not quite so deeply. So, but it's definitely worth doing. So I think you'll love it. I think it's a great way to sort of add it. It's a great thing to add in as you're doing these different modules that we're adding in all the time. So it's great to keep you motivated and engaged with one another, because that's what we're really wanting. We're wanting everyone to feel like engaged and know that they can reach out to each other as well as us. And so
Yeah.
that's what we're endeavoring to to have with our community. And so thank you, Sarah, for sharing a little bit about the monofast. You are going to
Pleasure.
love it, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a new community. You might have seen I've done some posts around it. And the reason we've done it is there's a few reasons. I wanted to get off Facebook. I've had enough of Facebook controlling what you see, because I know that you put like Nari posted that beautiful post on Saturday, and I didn't see it till just now.
Mm.
And I should be getting alerts when you guys post, but I don't. I have to go searching. And I'm sure it's the same for you. You won't be seeing all the beautiful posts that people put up. So I've been looking for the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been looking for a community. And I keep on getting these adverts for school. And so I went and had a look, and basically it is absolutely perfect, I believe, for us. So I'm just going to stop sharing this for a minute, and I'm going to share our school. Hopefully if it works. Okay, so this is our school. And basically, as you can see, this is the front page, that if you wanted to have a look, this is what you would see. You'll see what it's all about. And we've got 7 members, that's great. And so basically it's $33 a month. It's US dollars a month, but you'll get all of the 30-day releases every other month. We're also going to be adding other valuable pieces to the puzzle. And so I'm just going to go into the back end, which is what you'll see. So basically we have a chat, just the same as Facebook. We have a chat, but you get notifications when there's chats going on. And then basically we've got classroom. So there's the classroom there. And so getting started, low inflammatory, from carbivore to carnivore. You can't see that at the moment. Carnivore support. Also, I'm offering Carbivore to Carnivore, the audiobook. Now, I've only just recorded the introduction, but every day I'm going to be adding another chapter into there. So you'll be able to listen to that whenever you like. And then this is a new one. So this one here is monthly metabolic experiences. So I'm sure you get these on your feed all the time in Face Cake. Where this is the best thing since sliced bread. Well, sliced bread's no good for losing weight, but this is the best thing you can possibly get for losing weight. And this is the thing you want to do. You just take this before breakfast, or you take this before dinner. So I thought, why don't we, as a collective, trial some of these things to find out if they're real or not? Because I went diving for one of these things which said it lowers cortisol, it does this, it does that, it does this, it does that. And it was bunkum. And so I picked the first one is in here. As I'll just go into it. So it's called the metabolic experiences. So this is metabolic fire. And so this is going to take you through what to do. So it's a 7 to 14, you can do it for as long as you like, but it's a 7 to 14 days and you can try it. And so it's just to encourage you to really try and see what works for you and feed back to us, because you can comment on these things. And so basically when you go back to the community, you have questions and you have announcements and everything else. And so we can basically chat about things. And that's what I really love about this, because I get to know when anyone does a post or shares. And then we've got a calendar. So this is where you will find all of our recordings, well, all of our links. So we'll either do live in here, so we can do lives into the membership portal. So you just click on this and you go to it. I don't think I'll be able to do it when it's in Zoom though, because I think Zoom might not like it. But basically, because this one's linked to the drop weight release portal, but we'll have posts, and so everything that's going on will be in this calendar. And as you can see, we're just trying to set it up. And then we got members, and then we got map where everyone is, and it's sort of quite interesting. We haven't got many, so basically we should have one up here because one of our members is in the States, but so everyone's here, there. And so we want to have a wider reach with this. And so we're also in the classrooms. I'm going to have a recipe classroom. I'm going to have other things in the classroom. So they're all going to be there. So every time we come up with something, it'll be in a classroom. And so it's just nice and easy to find things, because just like the posts going AWOL, things like recipes go AWOL too on Facebook. And so we just wanted to have everything all in one place. So I hope that inspires you to come and join us. So then I'm just going to share what the rest of what I was talking about.
Just on the whole platform, I think for the last 2 years, 2.5 years that I've been on board with Karen, I don't remember a single call going or a single week going by where somebody didn't have issues with Facebook. And I think part of the reason people stay there is because it's the only place where they can connect. And I kind of personally feel like let's make it happen that that isn't the only place, because yeah, I think there's a lot more to it. And I think it's good to have a strong stand on having a community where we can all care about each other and continue to learn and support and yeah, take our
It's a
power.
great question, Gillian. With the calendar, can you click a past event to listen to the recording? I think you can if we're recording it into school, but I'm not sure if you can with the Zoom. So basically, we can try it. It is a real sort of new thing for me, but we can try it. We'll definitely try it. Actually, what I might do is I might try and put it in the. I'll be able to answer that for you tomorrow, because I'll put it in our calendar and see if it plays. If not, we will be putting it into a classroom. So all of the recordings will go into a classroom in date order. So you'll know if you've missed anything. And so that, yeah. So Shelley, so we pay 33 US a month. Are there any other costs other than for products or challenges? No. No, they'll all be in there. Yeah, there's going to be every other month there's going to be a 30-day challenge. And then after that, there's going to be mini challenges like the one we're doing. So there's going to be something, because very rarely will you have me doing nothing apart from when I'm on holiday. And then the girls will be able to do them. So yeah. So
But also in the in between times, we'll be available, but there won't be the weekly calls. So yeah.
I nearly always come up with something. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's next.
My reading. Great.
So this is just to introduce the guides. We've got Sarah, Julia, who you know, or if you don't know, you've been on. If you've been on the calls, they've been on the calls. Raywin, who's been in our periphery for quite some time. Raywin used to help me run Fast Track to Health a year and a half ago. Her and her partner in crime, Patsy, do a lot of emotional support work. So they're great. And Melissa, you might have seen me do an interview with Melissa. Melissa is from the States and she's within the not pharmaceuticals, but within the medical, and she wants out. She's had enough. She's trained in nutrition and functional nutrition, and she's lovely. She is absolutely adorable. And I think we've got such a great team. And I know we're going to be having more people join us. And so everyone who joins me as a guide has done the program, of course, maybe a few times, but also have done the Quantum Essences course, which is they can help you with essences and things. And actually, 3 of you have got geniuses. Hey, so Sarah, Julia, and Raywin have the
Yeah.
genius, and so yeah, so basically they've got a lot of tools to be able to help you with, and Sarah really specializes in the genius as well as other things. And as you know, if you've been doing the genius app with Sarah, and I think they're phenomenal, the results we've been getting. So I love it when Sarah does one for me. It's fab. So rather than me doing it for myself. So
Yeah.
it's always great. It's like cooking for yourself, isn't it? It's always better when someone else cooks. Always better. So so one-on-one support with these lovely ladies. The personalized support accelerates progress, I believe. And these sessions, as I said before, are not free. But the right support can save months or even years of frustration. And it's always wonderful to have someone who you're not necessarily accountable, but someone you can bounce things off and say, can I do this? And they'll probably say no. But you know, so basically it's just a really good way of connection, and knowing that they've got the information at their fingertips, and they can really, really help you. And as you know, Julia is not only just knows the program inside out, but is also a medium, and so consequently can help you spiritually if you're wanting the spiritual help. Sarah, as I said, does the frequencies, but also she's got amazing healing abilities. So consequently, she's going to be able to help you with that. And I'm not saying that any of these ladies have healing abilities, they will have, but they have specializations. And we're going to do a video soon, hopefully, when I can get everyone together, and we can then, you can get to know them a bit better. We have great fun when we talk on Zooms on our own and stuff. So it's, yeah. So also, we're in the group, we're going to have weight drop clinics, and so we're currently trying to come up to a way where you, I don't know if any of you have been Food and Frequency members. We used to have a drop-in clinic with me, where that people used to drop into Zoom and go in the waiting room, and then when I was ready, they used to have a mini consultation. And so we're going to look into doing that. Not quite sure how that's going to work within the framework we've got. However, we're going to make it work. So this is it in the pipeline. So also, I don't know if the ladies are going to be doing physical weight drop clinics in their vicinities. I don't know. We've talked about that, but no one's actually come up with that. But I think the online world is definitely a really, really good way of connecting without having to leave home, I think. So, but that's me. So, this is what I know to be true, is the people who maintain change are rarely the people who stop support too early. So if you keep on with the changing, with the low inflammatory, or even moving into carnivore or moving into something else, you're going to keep on improving, and you're going to keep on feeling better, even though sometimes you sort of feel on top of the world and you think, how can I feel better than this? There's always something better that you can achieve. And so, and by staying connected to what's helping. So I'm hoping that you've enjoyed this experience, and we know that they're just going to keep on getting better and better. We just get better and better at everything, don't we? The more we do these things, the better at them we become. And so that's what I just really wanted to encourage you to trust what your body is telling you. You don't need to do it all. You simply need to choose your next aligned step. And you don't need me to go over that. But basically, you need to just go, right, okay, how can I best move forward for me? And another thing I've really got to say is don't let whatever progress you've made fade away. Just remember, you cannot go back to the way you were eating before and expect to keep on getting good results. You can't, because it just doesn't work that way. And so if you would like to join us to stay supported, stay informed, and stay connected, your future body will literally thank you for it. I know that. I know that to be true. And I know that those who have kept on being connected within groups and everything do keep on, especially if we have these motivational experiences. And that's basically what I just want to ask you now is what feels right for you? And that's my presentation today. So I really want to have chats with you. So, okay, any questions? What will happen with the frequency community? Why is there food and frequencies? It's totally separate. And I'll have a chat with you, Jenny, about that. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this community. I just can't wait to get off Facebook. really have had enough of it. It's very useful for advertising and everything. I'm not denigrating it, but it's really good to get off of face cake. Sorry, couldn't work the chat on my laptop. Okay, cool. I understand that. Yes. Mary.
I've got 3 questions.
Great, love it.
First of all, with the drops, is that something that is required to keep taking?
Good question. You don't have to, but what we found is it what I've found over the years is if you take them for a period of time, then the body gets habitually in balance. Then you can come off them. So what I do, for example, so I've been doing them 15 years, is I take them probably about 2 months in the year. So I do 1 month and then I do a month. So I do a challenge like this and then I'll do another one. So to keep me in balance. So every 6 months. I've always done a detox every 6 months. And so I just use the drops as a detox for me, just to make sure that everything stays right. Because we're exposed to toxins, we're exposed to energies, we're exposed to emotions, we're exposed to all that sort of stuff. So rather than have to go on a big detox, I tend to do smaller ones than I used to. So I used to do 2 month ones, whereas now I don't. I do a month.
So, what's the expiry date of the drops?
There's no expiry date.
Okay.
There's nothing that will go off, so I don't put an expiry date on.
Do you offer personalized drops?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any opportunity with the anti-inflammatory diet to add a few more options in?
There
Like
is.
a
So
few,
that's
yeah.
a great question. What I tend to get people to do is to do the low inflammatory for at least 12 weeks, if you can, and then add one food a day. So using your bathroom scales, so you know your bathroom scales, you know how they go. When you've been on it for 12 weeks, you get that you know how your bathroom scales behave. And then when you add a food in, so before I added butter into the mix, that was the first food I used to get people to add in. But now the first food would be coconut, because a lot of people missed coconut oil and that sort of thing. So I got them to introduce coconut. And the next one was avocado. And then it basically went into different vegetables, and then we went into different things. So you can that's how you test. So that's a really good way of I'm going to be including that in the course, so that you don't feel that you can't have cauliflower, for example, or you can't have mushrooms, or you can't have. But even if something makes your weight go up 600 grams or more, it doesn't mean to say it's not something you can have. It's just not a food that's a superfood for you. And you
Okay.
can always retest it.
Can I add something in there as well?
Of course, yeah.
From personal experience, it's really early days, and your taste buds will change, your desires and cravings will change, but there's a healing going on. So I was one of those people in the first month. Oh, but what about this? And can I have that? And can I have this? And oh, I missed that. And I was driving myself and everyone else, especially Julia, crazy because it was not on the list, it doesn't exist. And once I stopped actually over analyzing what was and wasn't on that list and found some foods I liked and experimented a little bit with them, I started to go, wow, the simpler it is, the more sated I actually am. And it was really quite refreshing that I didn't have to stand in the kitchen and chop 100 things. And, and I then also tried carnivore. Now, I was the person who would gag at the thought of only eating meat and eggs.
I
And
remember that for you. You were so against going carnivore,
yeah.
so against it.
And I tried it because Karen did a 30-day carnivore challenge. I thought, oh, well, bugger it, I'll give it a go, much to my husband's delight, because he's sitting there with steak and eggs every night. And I was like, boring. How can you do that? Here I am with my kimchi. But I've just never been happier or healthier. And what I'm going to just suggest is have a look at making the foods that are on the list a bit more exciting for you and what you like. Yeah, and we've got recipes, ideas. I'm happy to share some of my experimental disasters. But give it a go and think about trying the adding in a bit later when you've got your rhythm going and you've peeled back a few layers of health. Because the other thing is that I did try to sneak in a few things early on, and it really backfired, and it did really delay my progress in healing. So I'm going to encourage you, just try and stick it out for a bit longer if you can. And like Karen said, if you have the occasional mushroom, it's not going to kill you. But it's like when I gave up smoking, I did not have a substitute, because the substitute reminds you of what you're missing. If that
Yeah.
makes sense, so
Thank you.
yeah.
Thanks, Sarah. That's great.
Good
And
job.
Julia, I don't know if you've seen, Nari, that Julia said you need to keep taking them longer, I'm told.
Taking what?
Your drops.
Oh, look, I can't even see that message because I just dealt with it and moved on, because that's what I do. So I just channeled it and moved on. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Keep
Um,
going longer. Hang on. I'll tune in for. Oh, wow. Nairi, 4 more months. I was trying to give you 2 more months, 3 more months, 4 more months. Keep going 4 more months doing what you're doing.
Go.
thank you.
Sorry. It
It's great.
gets easier. Like everything changes. Like seriously, if I go out to dinner these days with friends and I have an absolute total choice of a menu and I'm going to let myself go, I'm like, I want a steak.
Yeah.
Keep your fries, keep your potatoes. Please leave them in the kitchen. Don't cut them up because you're going to throw them in the bin. I'll have the steak, please. Or have a piece of fish.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how much my tastes have changed over this time, and it will happen for all of you that stay on par with this too.
Yeah.
Just stay true. And if you ever deviate, acknowledge it. Oh, so maybe once, max, twice a year, I'm like, okay, girls, let's go get fish and chips and go to the beach. And then I feel super shit 20 minutes afterwards. And I'm like, this is why I don't do this.
Yeah.
It's now maybe a once a year thing. I'm like, oh, this is why I don't do this. I feel shit. But I get to
That's when you use
acknowledge.
charcoal, isn't it, Julia? That's
Oh,
when you
hell
use
yes,
charcoal.
charcoal
Yeah.
and sauerkraut goes straight in my gut. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is why I don't do this. So occasionally I get absent-minded and I do that for my family, whatever. Like, let's have this connective time together.
Mm.
And then I'm like, this is why I don't do this. Because I feel so much better if I don't do this. So recently I just learned I had 3 slices of salami and my weight went up 1.5 kg overnight.
Wow.
Inflammation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. And I
Yeah.
didn't feel bad about it.
What was in that salami?
Nitrates
Yeah, a
or
lot of nitrates, a lot of
whatever.
fillers.
Because I've not had bacon or any of that for such a long time. And then I'm like, well, it's just going to go back down.
Mm.
And it did. Got on the scales, it disappeared. But I was like, thank you so much for that lesson. So as much as I love salami, love bacon and chorizo and all the rest, I'd prefer my health, my energy, and my happiness
Yeah.
Yeah.
over that. So whenever I do a little deviate like that, I feel it's just a message to get back to
Mm.
where I am, why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I thank myself for occasionally doing that as a conscious choice. But my life is so much better without it. And my energy, I'm amping. Like I am 10 years older than most of the people I hang out with, and my energy is so much higher than all of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
It is. It's phenomenal. Okay, Dawes. With the parasite cleanse, should I continue 3 times a day and for how long? Is that the herbs, Dawes? Yeah. 6 weeks is a good amount of time to take the herbs. And after that, just do the diatomaceous earth. Yeah.
So,
That's it.
Karen, can I
Mm.
ask how many times a day should you do the diatomaceous earth when you're continuing to do it all the time? Should you just do it once a day or 3 times a day?
Use your intuition, Dawes.
Okay, cool. Sweet as. Yep.
Yeah, because some days I just do 1 dessert spoon and some days I'll do it 3 times. So just
Yep.
use your intuition. There's no right and wrong with it.
No. All
So
good.
the great thing is it's so high in silica, so it's really good for connective tissue and stuff. So it's really cool.
Awesome. Yep.
Julianne, did you get Julia's answer? Julianne, I would like to stay on low inflammatory. I feel like I need more of something, as I would like to take my exercise up a level. Currently, I find the need to rest a lot between exercise. More fat, yes. Also, I would say to you, if it feels like it could be quite something, how about trying carnivore?
Mm.
Because something in the low inflammatory could be draining your energy too much. Because with carnivore, you feel like you can keep on going. You know, you're like a ever ready bunny or whatever. Juris, you know, one of those things. I don't know if you had them.
Julianne, go
Yes.
carnivore.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ease
So
Is
into
it?
it.
But
Do
Yeah.
the proteins that you love. Like, don't do a sardine thing.
unless you love them.
And don't do an egg thing.
ah, no.
Don't do a mono egg thing. But whatever your favorite, like beef, mince, steak, all of the above, you can do so much with it. But Julianne, I'm told that your body's going to thrive on that.
Because I
And
on this one
add
too.
more butter. Pardon?
More butter. I love butter. But I also constipation's been a bit issue through this one, so would that be better with carnivore as well?
Yeah, with the butter, more fat.
More fat?
Whenever you have constipation and you're on carnivore, you add more fat in.
Okay.
I think
More
it's
fat.
also important to note that quite often when you stop eating so much starch, you'll actually not go to the toilet as much.
Yes. Yeah.
So a lot of people go, oh no, I'm not going for a poo every day, so I must be constipated. Whereas that doesn't always translate.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're absorbing all the nutrition, you've got no waste as such.
Yes. Yeah.
And then
I
there's also
expected
the odd,
that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to say, there's also the odd person like myself who's the other way, who doesn't go constipated. So when I started carnivore, it was diarrhea for a really, really, really long time. So when we think that there's one way of being, sometimes there's those that are the opposite.
Mm.
And Karen has great answers for all of that. But I get that the most common is carnivore and you'll end up constipated, and there's a way to deal with that.
Yeah.
If you're not that, chat with Karen.
Thanks.
So Jenny, is that the salt drops you were talking about? Is that what we were saying about personalizing them? Is that what you meant, Jenny? I can't see it.
No, I think it was just before in the conversation, somebody was asking about should they continue on with the drops, I'm thinking, was that the soul drops, or were they talking about
Weight drops.
the weight, the ones that
Drop
we've
weight.
been taking 3
Yeah.
times a day? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Got a few questions piling up here, actually.
I can see. I still don't like the gelatin. Is there any other suggestions as to how to have it? Well, if you're cooking, add it into the cooking mix. If you're cooking, so for example, you could put it, if you do anything like blade steak or anything like that in water, you can add it to that. And in the last, you can just add it to make a gravy. You can add it into broth. I've talked about the lemon and hot water. You don't like that one. Have you tried the jellies? Have you tried jellies? No. So you can make lemon jellies with it. You can make chewy jellies. You can like gummies. You can put a drop of peppermint oil in with the liquid and make peppermint gummies. There's so many things you can do that. I'm actually in the middle of writing a gelatin cookbook. So I started it, which is good because I've been talking about it for ages, but I've actually started it. So that's a good sign. So it probably won't be long because once I get things started, I do tend to do them. So yeah. So because you can do all sorts of things if if you like things like ginger tea. If you like really strong ginger tea, you can make ginger jellies. You can do lots of things with it. And yeah, now I did make that's got dairy in it. Can't do it with dairy. You can't do it with dairy. But actually you could make the chicken biscuits with gelatin. So it's just basically chicken mince and you mix it up and you can put the gelatin in there and you could put it and you basically almost iron it out with your rolling pin so it's really thin and then cook it. And that makes good biscuits. So you could put it in there. So there's lots of ways you can put it in. And because I made this pizza base, but unfortunately it has got a cheese of some sort. It wasn't mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
No, I made another one. Which was eggs and what's the other
Parmesan?
cheese? No. It's sort of like a soft cheese. It's Italian soft cheese,
Oh,
and it is
Well,
yeah.
I made pizza base with just chicken mince.
You can do that. Yeah.
And also the cooked chicken bread. You can
oh
roll.
yeah, I love the carnival loaves.
Mm.
It was with eggs, wasn't it? Eggs and
And
mince.
baking soda. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not mince. You have cooked chicken and then you blend it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like effort, Sarah.
I know. It doesn't happen that often anymore.
No, it
But
doesn't
the
happen in
amount
my
of
house.
It
the
doesn't
amount of
happen in my
people
house.
who tried it and were quite convinced it was bread.
Yeah.
So it's a good party trick.
So, sorry to add to that, excuse my ignorance, but I've no idea how to make the jellies. I mean, what are the quantities you're using with water, and then what do you stick it in the freezer, or exactly
Okay.
how do you make them?
What I tend to do, so I use lemon juice, but say for example, you say lemon juice, you have a 100 mils of lemon juice. And I put salt sole in mine as well because it tends to give it a sweetness. So about the same amount, well, a little bit less of salt sole. So sorry, I trained as a chef, so I just go like this. But say 2 tablespoons of salt sole. Mix your 2 tablespoons of gelatin in so that it's sort of like it's just so it doesn't go lumpy. And so that's cold. And then you add your hot liquid. So whether that's water or whether it's tea, and you just stir it, and then you can I put mine into like a container, Tupperware type container, and put it in the fridge, and then I cut it up. So to the 100 mils of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of salt sole, and I probably add about 500 mils of hot liquid. So it adds up to about 700 mils for 2 tablespoons. And it's nice and chewy.
So you've got to chew all of that every day. I think that's
Yeah.
what gets me. That seems like an awful lot of something to actually be
You
eating or
have to do it that
chewing
way.
on.
So what you can do is you could have them as jellies and you can melt them if you want and make them into a tea. So
Right. Okay.
And what do you mean effort? It's chewing jellies. It's like, do you remember having wine gums and fruit pastilles as a kid? Like when I first did Karen's program, my jellies weren't chewy and I've reduced them down. And oh my God, I love that. That is not an effort to have a chewy jelly. That is an experience. Like, yay, that's a treat.
But you're not having that much, though, are you, Julia?
No, because they're reduced down. Like,
Yeah, you only have a few squares of it.
yeah, makes it more and more chewy and more satisfying and great.
Mm.
And then as you get used to having no sugar, then they taste sweeter.
They're
Yeah.
especially nice after a fatty meal, I find.
Oh, hell yeah. Or when you've been, no, when I have been so long in carnivore, or low inflammatory like I had been. So I've been so no sugar for such a long time, then to have something where I've got a texture, that chewiness,
yeah.
that texture,
And the tanginess, eh?
Yeah.
yeah, more bitter. I tell everybody when they're like, "Do you want some sugar?" I'm like, "No, I'm a sour bitch."
Nice. Yeah.
No, you're just sweet enough. You don't need sugar. That's
I
it.
used to always say I'm sweet enough. I'm like, everybody says that, so now I'm like, no, I'm a sour bitch.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Okay.
also, I squeeze occasionally the juice of a grapefruit, a fresh grapefruit into them, like a
Beautiful.
combination, and that can be really nice.
Yeah.
Or ginger. Ginger's nice too.
Mm. Shelley, I agree with Julia. I have way more energy and I've been an ever ready battery bunny today. Although I did suffer with tiredness through those big energies last week. Sleep suffered too. Well, who didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was me for 2 days too, hun.
Yeah. Yeah, Jenny, strawberry jelly's great. So you can just puree the strawberries down, you can put them in a blender and add a little bit of lemon juice or water and then you can make your strawberry jelly. A chewy strawberry jelly is great. And so mm. Okay.
Mm. Yum.
I found the charcoal made me constipated. You just have to make sure you're drinking a lot of water with the charcoal. Yeah. Maybe make sure you have a bit of fat with your any food that you have. So I had a day of carnivore yesterday as I had no suitable greens. It was a bit weird for me. I'm not keen on meat only, lol. Oh, up to you. The thing is it has to feel right. It's not, we're not saying everyone has to go carnivore, but there's time and the places for carnivore. And the reason for carnivore, if you wanted to go there, is generally, if we look at our health, the people who do really, really well on carnivore, like myself, have had health issues in the past. And so consequently, my body loves carnivore because it doesn't have so much to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because my body has dealt with things like cytomegalovirus, mononucleosis, Epstein-Barr, all of those things. And so consequently, it keeps it under wraps. And we're eliminating, because it doesn't come up nearly as much on my tests as it used to. But it takes time, And so consequently, the carnivore way of life for me is a way of life. And I love it because it's so
Yeah.
easy. And you know, someone who used to make huge salads and love it and everything else, who called the salad queen.
I was the sort of,
And so, but I love not having to do that anymore, and I don't miss it. If I missed it, I would eat it. And
I,
so,
I think it's also worth noting that if you're going to choose to try carnivore, there's a whole lot to sort of look at, and there's a lot of support, and there's a whole lot of food ideas. So it's probably quite a different experience to suddenly just having to have a carnivore day because you didn't have the right veggies.
yeah,
Because that you're on the back foot already because you're going, oh, I don't have my veggies. Whereas if you consciously choose to go into carnivore, it's there's a bit of a plan and there's a process, a really gentle process to follow.
so you know, I get asked a lot about carnivore. Like, can I do it 5 days a week and then at the weekends be a bit more lax? Yeah, of course. You know, of course. As long as you stay on the low inflammatory, if you're trying to achieve a health goal.
Yeah.
But or you can do carnivore on the weekends and do low inflammatory during the week. You know, you do you. And we're just here to support whichever way you decide to go. And it'll be really quite interesting. So Hilary, how long on the clove tea? And Julia said, I'm told you need to keep going for 3 more weeks. There you go. Sweet. I didn't need to answer that one. Isn't it great?
Yeah. Sorry. Keep going. Hope you liked it.
Oh, that's nice, Michelle. I do apple, lemon, and ginger jelly gummies.
Yeah.
Yum.
Mm.
Yum. So basically, do you cook the apple first, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I do. I stew the apple. So then I can also eat the apple as my fruit. And I've got the gummies
Yeah.
as
Great.
as another sometime in the day.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they're
Michelle,
really.
do
Yeah.
you make, because obviously green apples are lower in sugar, so do you only do it with green apples or something else?
Oh no, I use organic, and you depends on what's in the store. So at the moment, there's not many greens. It's mostly Braeburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just whatever is
Well,
organic.
there was
Yeah.
Cox's orange pippin in in our supermarket the other day. They delightful. I don't know if you've ever had them. They're really quite tart. They're yum. They're
I
not
love a
sweet.
tart apple.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I'm carnivore, but if there's a tart apple, I had half an apple today and I felt so proud of myself that I didn't eat the whole apple.
I ate a gherkin today.
Oh, you little devil. I had grapefruit.
Nice.
So we're almost carnivore. We're not fully carnivore. So, you
Never
know,
100%. No.
yeah. I have been 100% carnivore, but, you know, it's enjoying it.
But that's also
Absolutely.
what the mono fast helps with too, you know?
Yeah.
If occasionally I throw an onion into my stew and then I'll go, the next couple of days mono, to
Mm.
So I will be sending out an email about the monofast and also with the recordings, this week's recording. So it won't go out till Wednesday, Thursday, but we'll be talking about it in the group as well. So, yeah.
yeah. So
And here is the link if you wanted to have a look at the school. So, yes. So, lovely ladies, I'd like to thank you so much for your presence. Divine presence, actually. It's been magical. And so thank you for joining us on this magical experience. And we look forward to seeing you. I'm sure Sarah will look forward to seeing you on the mono fast. And I look forward to seeing you at the next one. So our next actual challenge release, we're not allowed to call them challenges because Facebook doesn't like challenge. So it's another reason why we're going. But our releases, it starts on the 9th. Official 30 days starts on the 9th of March. But we're going to have lots of other things going on. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am going to be working on Monday, Tuesday, but I'm taking a back seat. I'm going to be supporting Sarah if she needs it. I don't think she'll need it, but because But yeah, so we're away. We're taking the camper van and we're just going where the fancy takes us. So we're basically going to go, are we going right or are we going left? That's it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I think I've shared with you, like that's what I do. I hang out with a friend of mine and we go, let's go left, left, right. Let's go left, right, left. Let's go right, right, left.
Yeah.
And then we end up somewhere. So whenever we meet up for, let's have a cup of coffee at 10 a.m. in Newmarket in Auckland, I take my gumboots, I take my jeans, I take a jumper, because who knows where
Never know where you're going to go. And that's the great thing about the camper van is we can take our food with us. We can take our,
love
or we
it.
can go out to eat wherever we feel like it. You know, we've got everything there. So
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
yeah, very
We'll
blessed.
miss you, but have a wonderful time. And don't miss
Very
us.
Yeah.
No, you won't see me much online, that's for sure.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Enjoy, Karen.
I will. Thank you very much, everyone. And have a magical, magical week. And lots of love. Mwah.
We will
Thanks,
see you
Karen.
around.
Birthday, which
Oh
is
my God. Love you, Karen. Bye.
love you. Bye.
See ya. See you, everyone.